Discretion. The story that I'm about to read kind of well, in a sort of way, it relates to me, since in the story it's about I'm not gonna reveal too much stuff, but it's just to let you know about your body moving in weird ways that you expect. So when you fall asleep, you like tape yourself just to see what happens, and this just relates to me in a way that when I was in college, me and my friends did some stuff that I'm not going to name. Neither friends am I going to name. And after that stuff, I started to notice that my friends kept saying that I acted weird at night while we were, sleeping in the dorms, or if we were like out camping, because we usually went on these like little field trips to random rural places and everything. And so I videotaped myself once doing that. Well, not once, actually, a lot of times. It became like a psychological sleep study and everything. And I noticed that I started to like twitch and just shake around in ways like it looked like I was in mid like fighting off a demon inside me while I was sleeping. So this story kind of relates to me, but except it's a little different. So it's just like a discretion that this story relates to me in a way. So yeah, have fun reading or whatever. Also, I'm not gonna talk creepy in this one like I do in my previous reads, because again, this story relates to me. It does in so many ways. So yeah, I'm not gonna talk creepy. I'm going to talk weird. I'm gonna talk like an actor. I'm gonna do like what? I'm gonna do that. I'm not gonna do it. So yeah, just enjoy the story. Goddamn. Static. I have a hypno-jerk problem. A hypno-jerk is a sudden muscle twitch that occurs involuntarily while one drifts off to sleep and jerks one awake. Just like that falling sensation you have in a dream and you are woken up with a jerk, it is quite normal and quite a lot of people experience it. It's said that the muscle relaxes when falling asleep and the body sees changes in temperature and breathing. Then the brain misinterprets this as a sign of falling and does, the sudden jerk. So in a way, it's just another reflex to allow the body to function. I started experiencing this almost every night, and I started to get frustrated because I would have to wait to fall asleep after a hypno jerk. And I was about to fall asleep again, and I would experience another one. And eventually I drift off to dreamland, but only after a series of twitches. Now, there's nothing I could do about it. I consulted a doctor who told me that I had an unhealthy lifestyle and should give up drinking and smoking and start exercising. That was something that was extremely difficult to do for someone in college. So one day, I was lying in my bed and having trouble sleeping. That's when I got a weird idea. I decided to film myself falling asleep. Booted up my laptop and switched on the webcam, and I set it on a table in a way that it would film me in a sleeping position from my left side. Plus, I also set up my handy cam on a tripod just a few inches from my feet, thus filming me in like a vertical position. I chose night mode and hit record on both, and then I went to sleep. I was actually excited, as I always wanted to see how I looked like when I got these hypnic jerks. I was so excited that I didn't fall asleep till 4 a.m. I was racing and bursting with thoughts. I was also tired and I wanted to badly fall asleep, but I couldn't. So I switched on both cams and I went back to bed. And I was actually camera conscious, and this was bearing me from sleep. Once I turned them off, everything went back to normal, and I barely got 2 hours of sleep before the alarm started ringing. Now, that day in college, I had football practice, and our team went for drinks later in the evening. When I reached home around 11 p.m., I was dead tired, and I wanted to hit bed badly. I gathered the strength to shower, I felt sleepier, and I went straight to bed. Not before turning on both my cams, though. This time I slept like a baby. I woke up at 6 a.m. cursing the alarm, hitting the snooze button, and burying myself under the blankets. I woke up to see if the cams were still recording, and yeah they were. Turned them off, quickly browsed my laptop, and found the video. It was a large file. It was 7 hours long. So it took a while to load, and I quickly skimmed the video to see if there was anything strange, but to my disappointment, there was nothing big. Most of the time, it was me lying stationary, occasionally changing sleeping positions. The hypnotic jerks didn't occur, nor had I felt anything last night. Maybe that's because I was really tired, and also because of the lack of sleep from the previous day. I didn't bother to look at, well, it did bother looking at the handy cam that I'd recorded from a different angle. Just took the tripod down and put the cam back into the kit and forgot about it. So, a month had passed or so. My friend was leaving on a trip to Rome, and he asked me if he could borrow my cam. I agreed. I said I'd give it to him later that evening. So I was home later that day watching a movie on the internet when my friend arrived, and he was honking from his car. I looked out the window and he shouted for me and asked for the cam. I shouted back, told him I'd bring it down, and hurriedly went to find my camera. I found it and quickly checked if it had batteries, charger, blah blah blah. Then I remembered the footage I had recorded, obviously. I didn't want anybody to see that. So, I was about to delete it, but something told me to take a quick look at it. I put it in playback mode, watched myself sleeping on the small LCD. Fast forward in a couple of minutes, my friend was honking madly, and then I saw movement. I rewinded to look closely, and I played again, but what followed horrified me. On the small screen, I could see it clearly. What I had seen could not be unseen. I was lying there, sleeping normally. I started to move. I woke up sitting on my bed, eyes wide open, and it was a cold stare looking into the camera. Which I meant I was now looking at myself on the cam looking back at me. I just sat there on the bed staring, and then there was this creepy smile. My heart just was pounding hard. I was smiling, tilting my head left and right, staring straight into the cam, and then static. Just went to nothing but static. Fast forward to find nothing. I rewinded to play the same thing over again, and even though I was scared to death, there's nothing, just more static. Couldn't find what I just watched. My friend was shouting my name from below, and I ignored him, and I switched off my cam and switched it on. This time, I couldn't find the file. Now my whole head started to feel heavy, and I was palpitating. Couldn't find the video file. Last file I had recorded was some birthday party. Checked, rechecked, removed the battery, put it on, tried again. Nothing. Nothing at all. That video that I recorded of me sleeping was just gone. I was standing in shock when my friend slapped me on the back and brought me into the reality. He shouted what was taking me so long, and I just handed him the can and said nothing. And he, in a hurry, just snatched it and called me a weirdo and left. I stood there not knowing what to do. I opened my laptop and played the video I recorded. I played it for a while. It was normal. It had recorded everything till the last minute until the moment I woke up and stopped recording. Till date, I have no idea what I saw. When I think of that horrendous, creepy face of mine smiling, it just gives me the jitters. See, I would normally just easily dismiss this as a hallucination, but I was not drunk. I was normal on that day, and it seriously scared the shit out of me. Every day I go to bed dreading to fall asleep. I never turn off the lights. Never.